2 world champions are coming, so it's going to be very hard to match their pace. They might have the experience and the machinery, but us, we have the local knowledge.
The task is just to finish strong, finish clean, bring the car back home.
I used to watch my dad when he used to race when I was younger. He was 97 Formula 2 champion. So all the time when he used to go to race, I used to tag along to come and watch him. So the sport grew with me from a young, tender age. The late Colin Mcrae was born shortly after he won the 94 RSC rally for the first time. It was his home event. So when I was born, my parents, he was the hottest kid on the block at that time. So they decided to name me Mcrae.
I think it was 2008 when Hamilton won his first championship. So I remember I was at the track, but then everyone was watching TV shouting, hey, celebrating when he was in Brazil. So from then on, I started watching that's what I was exposed to. I was exposed to Formula 1 first before any other form of rally. So growing up, that's what I had in mind. Then at some point I was like, oh, there's no other Kenyans. Why don't I make this my dream or something that I wanted to pursue? I started racing when I was 8 years old in Nakuru. That was at the Rift Valley Motorsports Club Championship, go-karting. Then my latter years, let's say from when I turned 12, 13, is when I now got better in the sport, got faster, started understanding the technicalities, and the results started coming in.
I started to drive a car. I was caught by my mzee actually, driving a car at around 5 years old. And that was an automatic. And then by 8 years old, I mean, naturally I just began to drive a manual.
I grew up in motorsports. My dad used to rally, my cousins, all my family is into the sport, bikes and cars. So I grew up around it and I fell in love with it. I've been racing actually bikes for quite a long time, almost 10 years. I switched to rally cars in 2020 and I did my first rally at the Safari Rally.
We have legends like Mcrae, Mackinnon, Mr. El Matador, Mr. Sainz. All these drivers are fantastic, amazing, their achievements, their speed, their focus. But locally as well, we've had amazing drivers and stories I've heard from my dad and my uncle. So mainly there's of course Ian Duncan.
Rallying is a passion, a hobby. It's what we do quite a lot. Yeah, enjoy the KNRCs, the classic, and anything to do actually with cars and speed.
There's Jim Heatherhayes, there's Robert Collins, Patrick Giroux, Joginder Singh. The list goes on, and whatever you hear in the sport, you kind of take it on. It's knowledge.
Over the years, I've grown to new heights in rallying. I did the Autocross Championship in 2017, where I finished second. 2019, I did the WRC candidate event, and I was the youngest finisher at that time. 2021, the rallying scene resumed. Unfortunately, I skipped the first event in Nakuru, but I was back in the Equator Rally, which happened on April 23rd to 25th, 2021. And we managed to finish 8th overall, first indigenous driver to finish in the Equator Rally. Of course, in my earlier career back in 2015, 2016, I had a lot of crashes because I was still trying to learn my craft. But now I feel I've become more of a mature driver.
The Equator Rally came up and we finished 5th, which is a remarkable achievement. I mean, being at 22 and, you know, being seeded 4th last, we worked our way up 30 places yeah, if not more. And it was all the conditions were there. It was muddy, it was dusty, it was sandy. You know, it had everything. Mother Nature had just poured everything in. So it was really a tough challenge. But I mean, yeah, we got through it, and my experience of working in the Mustuni, in the bush, it really came into hand.
As you know, Safaricom has been has been in operation for 20 years. It's good that we are bringing back Safari Rally almost 20 years later. It shows how long it's been. We have invested $1 billion shillings in the past 20 years in sports, whether that is football, golf, athletics, and we'll continue to be involved as part of transforming lives, but primarily to empower youth. And really to showcase our talent, to take them to a new level, to take them to a global level. And it's great to see the 3 rally drivers sitting here as the youth of the future. So this year we are going to, of course, be involved with the Safari Rally as it comes back.
For us at Safaricom, the key thing has been about how do we encourage young people, men and women, to enter into rally. During the WRC, we announced a partnership with the FIA Juniors. We're excited about Maxine because of her history in the sport. She's been in motocross as a champion lady. She's been in the juniors, and now she's graduated into WRC. I mean, into rallying. And she did finish the rally, the WRC Safari Rally, which was great for her and her team. And we're looking forward to working with them to encourage more women to join the sport. And also wishing them success as they enter into this new phase of rallying, and especially in the next rally, which is the Voi Rally.
I'll tell the other ladies to come and support, even if you're a fan, official, a driver. It's not only a male-dominated sport, we can also dominate in the men's world.
It'll be great in future to have some of these juniors actually be competing in the WRC. So this is just a step in the beginning of that journey, of that process, and hopefully, you know, in 3 to 5 years' time, we do have a Kenyan rally driver competing in the global stage.
We have a very good opportunity with this FIA Race Star Challenge, and also with the partnership that we have with sponsors coming on board.
Tim and I have been given the best opportunity to perform, and hopefully we can do that. It's exciting also the fact that we've got 3 young guys who are also sponsored by Safaricom. I'm hoping I can try and assist the young guys with a little bit of knowledge that I have on the sections and on how to attack a Safari Rally. I am so looking forward to it and hoping to do Kenya and everyone proud.
We will be representing Kenya. We will not let Kenya down. We're going to try our best. We're working hard. You know, we're having long nights. We're really, you know, we're into it. So Kenya, I got you.
We're getting new cars from Poland. It's going to be a challenge. They're left-hand drives. It's something that I've never driven before. But I'm upbeat for the challenge. Of course, it will take some time for me to get used to the car and the handling and the feeling. But I know with maybe 1-2 days with the car, I should be able to feel comfortable in the car.
We're driving the new Fiesta Rally 3 under the Rally Stars program. So it's never been, you know, it's a new car to the terrain. So we really have to keep it quick, but also very steady, and we don't want to hurt or damage our car. So the aim is to be, of course, as quick as we can. We're rallying, we can't hang around, but to also keep a very steady pace and gauge ourselves through the stages, because they're very technical. The organizers have done a fantastic job to make it difficult.
The task is just to finish strong, finish clean, bring the car back home. So with that, I'll use the same mentality in the Voi Rally.
I'd never raced in Naivasha, but yeah, I mean, we have we have the ground knowledge, so I understand the terrain, and I think that's the biggest and utmost of my advantages, because like when we get to the mud and the tricky stuff, it's nothing new to me.
2 world champions are coming, so it's going to be very hard to match their pace, because they do, this is their daily job. But with looking at the terrain and what we saw from the African Rally Championship, they might have the experience and the machinery, but us, we have the local knowledge. Then there were a lot of things happening, until we were asking ourselves what's wrong with this rally, because every stage someone is rolling, someone crashed 200 meters from the start. I guess it was just the pressure, or just something just goes on. It's a big event, it's a big world stage. Maybe your mind is not really focused into the job, maybe your nerves are still there.
I did go off twice, but luckily in very forgiving areas, and then we got a puncture later on in the stage.
Thank God we didn't get any puncture. My teammates got lots and lots of punctures.
We had a little technical issue with the car, and it dragged us off into a rut. So man, it was so frustrating, and we had to dig the car out manually, and just in time we got the car out. Cars are passing you, you're getting so frustrated, like I've made it right to the end, like just kilometers away from the finish. Please, you're praying to God, man, please bail me out of this. And somehow it just works out, and we got through.
Fans out there were incredible. We could see, like, I think it was one of the stages in Soisambu, we could see when we were passing a whole Kenyan flag. Even after we finished the stage, they blocked for me the whole place. They wanted even to open my door and say hello to me. It was crazy. Someone jumped on the bonnet, and I was just like, it was incredible.
As Hamza, when I see the fans, it's all about the fans. So I always have to keep it red lined and down for them. So no, it was good.
The biggest thing for me, I enjoyed myself, I had fun. The result was also good, which is a bonus, but it was a very fun and tiring in the end, but fun.
It's the toughest event I've ever done, and I mean, I've done the East African Classic, I did the Equator Rally, which was treacherous with mud, but this event just had it all. It was really tough, but we managed to get to the end. Luck wasn't on our side this rally, but I mean, it was as well towards the end. At least we came second in class, and we managed to bring the new Ford Fiesta to the end.
At the end of the day, if you now start to take all that into account, your mind won't be in the right place. And it's such a privilege to get an opportunity to just drive cars you love at high speeds. So if you're having fun, enjoying yourself, the results will follow. Not in terms of, it's not the other way around for trying to get results and then seeing whether they come or not. If you're enjoying yourself and you're flowing, like what he said, the notes were flowing, we were enjoying the time with each other and reading notes, and the synergy was good, then the results will follow. So once you remember that, then the pressure comes down, and yeah.
Keep everything simple. The more you complicate things, the more complicated they get for you. So even in our pace notes, I wasn't describing them as much, because when you come into the stage, everything changes.
Sponsors on board like Safaricom and Kenya Airways, and whoever will come on board next, it's such a huge help to us young people, because it now makes it very accessible. So it doesn't seem like something that's far-fetched, or there's usually no starting ground. Where can you even start? So it's a nice start, and the success of us 3 drivers will now help encourage other young drivers and bring more sponsors, so that we can keep, the gap is still big. It's a good step, but hopefully we can keep bridging it and make it more accessible, even from lower area like go-karting, and then keep nurturing young drivers, so that we can have our drivers all over the world in different forms of motorsport, whether it's NASCAR, IndyCar, Formula One, motorbikes. So this is an amazing first step.
We also do provide Safaricom sponsorship to motorsports. For example, the East Africa Safari Classic Rally, the Rhino Charge, and recently the 254x4 championships that happened in Lukenya Hills.